We are running out of ways to request other ways to die. We are running out of ways to say, stop killing us. We are running out of ways to request, demand, and demonstrate for drinkable water and livable homes. We are running out of ways to make separate but unequal a thing of the past. We are running out of ways to birth children safely. We are running out of ways to survive in food deserts. We are running out of ways to evade and avoid police contact, never mind unlawful search, seizure, terror, or lynching. We are running out of ways to make fortresses of moldy, hurricane-struck and dilapidated homes. We are running out of ways to make ways out of no ways. We are running out of ways to make Black lives more than mere matter or excess collateral. We are running out of ways to live in the wake of an always already looming death. America is running out of time.
What we're seeing right now is the inversion and the molestation of the 14th Amendment, whereas now it's being used to strictly scrutinize the presence and the livelihoods of Black and Black queer people. So instead of this being the Equal Protection Clause, it becomes the Unequal Enforcement Clause, right? And so I think that's something we have to take very seriously. And it's poetic and it can be flippant, but I think it's the reality that the 14th Amendment now, as we see, is strictly scrutinizing any type of policy, from the anemic civil rights policies of DEI to real deep serious work, right, of furthering racial, gender, and sexual equity in this country.
If you look at particularly at Minnesota right now, we see what happens, for example, with the disciplinary rates of children in the schools here. And when you look at what they're talking about subjective discipline, which is oftentimes not about what a student does, but about what they say. So in that way, you see the regulation of Black children's speech already happening and being, having that kind of become routine and natural in one's lives. And then we also see in Minnesota, quite frankly, interactions with the police. And we rarely talk about police encounters as speech encounters, but how one talks to the police after being cussed out, yelled at, roughed up, will often then determine what happens to you next. Do you survive on the way home?
Let me be clear, no person or group of people have a monopoly on reason. Yet we exist in a moment where words cease to have meaning, cease to have value, and the word of a man, woman, or gender-free person fails to be their bonds. When words and promises fail, the law itself falters. When the law falters, the fabric of society begins to fray, throwing lives and livelihoods into disarray. As officers of the courts, this is a crisis you are called to remedy. You must intervene. You must interrupt. You must inconvenience, for this is your duty.
Trayvon Martin, I believe I was a sophomore in college when this happened. There has been a huge type of reckoning, right? Not just among, the media or lawmakers or policy or politic folks, but also among Black folks. When people are in law school, when people are in undergrad, really hungering for a true analysis of how their lives today, how the lives of their parents, how their ancestors' lives have been rendered by law, rendered by the public imagination, and forgotten in particular types of ways by all of us. So what's happening in the country is a real hunger to search for the Black in Black letter law.